Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Chantel, aka Lasshammer, miniature painter and tabletop gamer from Norfolk. Firstly, I want to say a huge thank you for all of the support on my first ever YouTube video here on this channel. I'm absolutely blown away. The amount of lovely comments I received. We've hit 1,000 subscribers and the video views are just crazy to me. So I just wanted to say thank you. I was very nervous posting it. As I mentioned in the video, I'm very new to sort of creating anything on YouTube really. I do put shorts on that they're just sort of, repurposed over from TikTok and Reels, but as far as long form content, I'm a complete noob. So I was nervous, but clearly I didn't need to be because of the support of you lovely lot. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So here I am again, back for video number 2. It's Sunday. I'm in my comfies, I've got my cup of tea, and I thought I'd take you through all of my projects that I'm working on at the moment. I'm working on a number of projects at the moment, so I thought I'd take you through each one and just show you what I'm up to, really. It does feel so good to be back doing what I love. I've been really enjoying building and painting again. For those of you who followed me before, you'll know I do have an issue with my shoulder, and that is from constant painting. As I mentioned before, I used to commission paint full time and then go on to stream painting in the evening. So all day I'm hunched, I'm painting, and that's given me some kind of like repetitive strain in my shoulder. I'm told I've got some kind of knot in there as well. I've visited physios, chiropractors. We've still not got down to the bottom of it, but we just have to work through it because I refuse to let it stop me from doing what I love. So it's been really nice getting to paint again. So without further ado, let me take you to the desk. So here we are at the desk. And as I mentioned, we don't have a fancy setup here right now. This is a simple iPhone in the hand, old school vlog style. That's how we're going to have to roll for now. So I wanted to tell you about my first project that I'm working on, and this is the project that really got me back into the hobby again, and that is my Seraphon Spearhead box. I fell in love with the models, particularly these Croxigors. So I'll spin you around and give you a proper look at them. And here they are. They are so very close to being finished, and they have been an absolute joy to paint so far. I just think their details are gorgeous. They're chunky, they are mean, they are ripped, and they've just been so fun to paint. Now with the colour scheme, I couldn't decide which one I wanted to go for, and as there was 3 of those, I thought I'd try each of my ideas on each of these, and we just decided to stick with it. I thought I'd mix it up a bit. I still think this one is my favourite. This one is nicknamed Big Slaps, and as the name would suggest, he has done well on the battle table so far. The kind of teal and purple were the first time I'd really used contrast paints, to be honest, and I kind of like it. I'm not sure if I'm 100% sold on contrast paint yet. Maybe it's just me getting used to how they work, but I mean, they're okay. I'm still undecided on the purple one. I don't know what it is about it. I can't put my finger on it, but just something isn't completely right with this one. Like the green one I love, the red one is my favourite. I just don't know what it is about the purple one. Any ideas? Like what is it that is just, apart from this green blob that I seem to have managed to do here, what is it? And there's another one. What's happened? Ignore the green blobs, but I just don't know what it is. Other people have said the purple is their favourite, but who knows? Which one's your favourite? Which one do you like? I love the sort of mixed scheme so much on the Croxigors that I wanted to keep that theme going throughout the rest of the spearhead. So we've got the Sorus Warriors here, again with that sort of trio of colours. Here's the leader. Such lovely little models, and I'm really loving this pop of gold against their sort of bright coloured skin. So they're coming along nicely. They were sort of like the testers really. I wanted to see how the colours worked. The rest are very early days, just contrast paint, and I really just don't know what it is about contrast paint. I'm just not sold yet, but maybe if I keep using it it'll get better. We've started to add a dry brush and details to some of these, and they're coming along nicely. We've got the big one too, the Carnosaur. He has been primed and kind of sort of roughly Xenophil highlighted, ready for his contrast. And I don't know what colour to go for. Out of the 3, the sort of orangey red, purple or teal, I don't know, I'm thinking maybe red, because so far all of my leaders have been that reddy orange colour, so I think as he's the big one, we'll go for red on him as well. So he is ready to go. We've got the rider too. He is not glued to this chair. I'll be painting that separately for ease. But I'm not sure what colour to do his skin, because he's going to be sat on the red dinosaur. So do we do green? Do we do purple? Or do we do him red too? Or is that too much red? Let me know what you think. Or maybe we do him a completely different colour. What do you think? So if you watched my last video, you'll know that the Maggotkin of Nurgle are the army that really got me back into Age of Sigmar again. And I've recently been up to the loft, well I haven't, Luke's been up to the loft and brought down all of my old Nurgle army. And they're a bit worse for wear. So I've got this one out as an example. At the time I was really happy with the colour scheme, I was really happy with the paint job. But now looking back, why are you so shiny, for one? And they're missing some limbs, they're missing arms, they're missing weapons, and they just look a mess. I have decided that I am going to give them a complete glow up. We are repriming, we are repainting, and we're going to give them a fresh paint job and just get them looking good again. Competitively, I'm not sure Nurgle are in a great place. I'm not sure of the meta right now. I've never been much of a sort of power gamer anyway. I kind of just play for fun. I have been to a few tournaments, but again, they're just to sort of hang out with other gamers and just try and sort of learn the game and get better. But I have decided to give Nurgle a run on the table recently, and they are so fun to play right now. So I'm going to be working on my list, getting their paint job up to scratch and having fun with these again. Another example are my Plaguebearers. This was the night before a tournament and I needed to get them done, so I just slapped some green paint on and hoped for the best. And that's how they've been left, kind of, you know, a little bit unloved, a little bit neglected. I did work on some more at one point and went with this scheme, very similar to my Great Unclean one, but there is only a couple of these that ever sort of got finished. So I've recently taken an old one and given him a new look, very similar to the old sort of paint scheme, but just a bit more polished. I do have 60 of these to paint, so I really didn't want to spend too long on each one, but I've sort of come up with a nice quick scheme that will work throughout. Those who are familiar with Nurgle will know that their sort of army ability is disease. So the point is to spread disease far and wide amongst your opponent's models. And up until this point, I've been using a dice or just a little scrap of paper or whatever I can get my hands on just to remind myself of which units have disease and which don't. But recently I have been working on some counters that look a little bit better. So I've collected quite a few Nurgle units over my time in the hobby, and I am inundated with little Nurglings. They're just like the little extras that you can sort of decorate the bases with. I've got tons of the things, and it was actually Luke who came up with the idea of using those for disease counters. This is just a few of the little Nurglings I have. I have tons of these. So we thought, why not take a few, pop them on a little base, paint them up, and there is your disease counter. Now, Luke painted me one up already as a little present, and I love it. So, you know, I've diseased your Croxagore. Pop a little counter beside him to show that this one is in fact diseased. Love it. Fun little project and a way to kind of use these spare parts. Now on to the more exciting and probably shocking project so far is Space Marines. For those who have followed me for a while, you'll know that I never had any interest in Space Marines. 40k in general, never mind Space Marines. However, I don't know what it is. This break has made me come back with fresh eyes, and I'm getting a little obsessed now. Like, I just want to know more and more about the 40k side, and so far I'm really liking what I've learned, what I'm hearing, and I'm really excited to sort of delve deeper into that side of the hobby. As you'll know, we have subscribed to the new Combat Patrol magazine, so we have got a ton of new models on their way to us and a new game to learn, and I'm really, really excited. We have 2 subscriptions coming to the house and 3 of us who are interested in learning Combat Patrol, so that's 6 Combat Patrols each. We've all got dibs on which Combat Patrols we want to collect, build and paint, and 2 of mine are Space Marines and Tyranids. So here's my first Space Marine, all built up and ready. No, I haven't drilled out his gun barrels yet, but If it bothers you that much, I have added a hobby drill to my Amazon wish list. So if you're that upset by undrilled barrels, then you know what to do, help a girl out. I love this model, really, really excited, but the question is which chapter to go for. I think I've finally decided, after a little bit of reading and watching a few of those videos on Warhammer Plus, there is one chapter in particular that I think I'm falling a little in love with. Now, I'd like to know what your favourite chapter is and why. Tell me a few facts about them. As I say, I don't know much about the 40k side at all. It's overwhelming knowing where to start in that learning process as well. There's just so much information out there. That hobby side, the 40k side has been going for so many years. It is like, where do you start? So tell me your favourite chapter and why, and maybe 2 or 3 facts about that chapter. But yeah, I think I've decided. If you want to take a guess, feel free to put it in the comments as well, but I think I've fallen in love. Here's my Tyrannid. I can't remember now what the name of this model is, but she's mean. She is mean and ready for business. In terms of colour scheme, I'm really not sure what I'm going to go for yet. I've got a couple of ideas in mind, but it's whether they'll translate to plastic as well as they do in my head. But it won't be long, we'll soon find out. I've got these ones yet to build as well, so I may crack on and build these today, just so they're all ready to prime. And in my quest for knowledge, I have begun the Horus Heresy books. Well, book. So far so good. I mean, I find with these Warhammer books that they're all written as if you should already know like a lot of context and stuff. I'm like, what the hell does any of this mean? Like, who's this person? What is that? But I'm ploughing through because I'm hoping the further I get in, the more I'm going to start to understand, but we're getting there. I've also just found out there's like 50 odd books to get through, but we'll see if we get through this one first. So as far as projects go, that's kind of what I'm working on at the moment. Obviously we all have our pile of grey, the pile of potential or shame or whatever you want to call it. That's a different story altogether. These are my active projects and I am really trying to sort of work through these and get them ready to get them on the table. I'm really enjoying Spearhead at the moment, so I can't wait to have my Seraphon ready and finished. I have been running a Nurgle Spearhead with proxies, so I need to get my hands on a couple of the models that I need for that because Nurgle Spearhead, amazing. As I say, I am still undefeated. So there we go, those are my current projects I'm working on. I hope you've enjoyed. My selfie lights just died, so what a time to finish the video. I really hope you enjoyed having a little look at what's on my desk this week. I really want to get my Seraphon Spearhead box finished soon, just so I do have something that is complete. The Nurgle, on the other hand, is going to be more of a slow burn, gradually sort of giving the old army a makeover and introducing a couple of other new units that I need for both Spearhead and my 2,000 point army. And of course, I'm very excited to be exploring the 40k side, starting off with my Space Marines. So my question to you, again, is what is your favourite chapter and why? And give me some facts about that chapter, because I'm trying to learn as well, and I'd just love to know a bit more about what makes these different chapters so special. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. Please do subscribe, like, leave a comment and all that good stuff, just to help get this little channel up and running. I'm having so much fun with it so far, and I cannot wait to see where this little YouTube journey takes me. Again, thank you so much for all of your support on my last video. It means the absolute world, and I'm just buzzing, so thank you again so much. Have a lovely Sunday. I hope you've enjoyed your weekend, and I'll see you on the next one.